Okay, this is the October 2021 paper, P1 paper, and it's question number 5. A quick look at it tells us that this is straight line graphs. We're going to be looking at parallel and perpendicular lines. I think there's a bit towards the end where we're looking at the area of a triangle. But let's have a read through and see whether we can work out a game plan for this question. Quite often, and I'm going to do it with this question, a quick sketch is going to help me to just make absolutely certain I know what I'm doing. But let's read it. It says we've got line L1, which is 3y minus 2x equals 30. Line L2, they tell me it's perpendicular to that line, and it passes through the point 24 naught. And it then says that these two lines meet at a point P, and we've got to try and work that out. Okay, so I've got the equation for line L1. I haven't got the equation for line L2 yet. So let's just go about trying to get that. Line L1 is 3y minus 2x equals 30. But what I want to do is to put that in the form y equals mx plus c. So I'm going to say 3y equals 2x plus 30, and then divide everything by 3. So 2x over 3 plus 10 here. And what that's telling me is that the gradient of that line is 2/3. Now I'm going to draw a quick sketch out now, which will help me with the whole of the question here, which is just to try and work out what I've got going on here. Only needs to be a sketch, doesn't need to be 100% accurate here, but I know what y equals 2/3 x plus 10 would be. Y equals 2/3 x plus 10 then has got a positive gradient, and it's hitting at 10 there. So if this is y equals 2/3 x plus 10, that's line L1. Now line L2, it tells me is perpendicular to that and hits at the point 24 naught. So if I then draw that line in, this is going to be the line L2, and I don't know the equation of that. So at least I know what I've got to do now. If I want to find coordinates of P, I want to find where these two lines meet, where they're equal to each other. So really, the first thing I need to do is to work out the equation of this line. They will have given me the information in the question to do it. So for for trying to work out the equation of line L2, the first thing I can say is gradient of L1 is 2/3. If L2 is perpendicular, then gradient is equal to minus 1 over that. I don't normally tend to write minus 1 over. I just turn it upside down and make it negative, minus 3 over 2. But if you want to do it like this on the calculator, you can do. So we've got the gradient of L2. We've got a point on the line L2. So I'm now good to try and work out the equation. So the equation of L2, I'm going to use the formula for the equation of a straight line, which is y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. In this case, I've got m is minus 3 over 2, I've got x1 is 24, and I've got y1 is equal to 0. I tend to try and write it down like that so I don't make any copying errors when I'm going through and trying to work this out. So y minus nothing is equal to minus 3 over 2, x minus 24. Normally I'd multiply everything by 2 and then multiply out the brackets, but because we've just got y equals here, it's just as easy to multiply this bracket out this time. It's minus 3x over 2, and minus 3 over 2 times that makes plus 36. Okay, so that's L2. So if I've got L2 and L1, for point P, L1 equals L2, so I've got that 2/3 x plus 10 is going to equal minus 3 over 2 x plus 36. Now I just need to rearrange those, so we'll get 2/3 x plus 3 over 2x is equal to 36, take away 10, and that's going to give me x working out to be equal to 12, And if x is equal to 12, you can put that into either of the two equations for the line. I'm going to say 2/3 x plus 10. So y is going to work out to be equal to 18. So P is the point 12, 18. So that's part A done, hopefully relatively straightforward. Part B says, given that L1 meets the x-axis at the point B. Right, okay, let's extend this down here. They're saying that's the point B where L1 meets the axis. They've already called this one A, and we've now got the P. Let's put that actually on my diagram. P was what did it work out to be? 12, 18. P is 12, 18 here. And they're asking us, can we find the area of this triangle in here? So this diagram is absolutely invaluable to me now to be able to work out what we're doing for working out the area of this triangle. If I want to try and work this out, it's just going to be half base times height. If I call that the height, well, I already know what that value is because the coordinates are 12, 18. So height is equal to 18. I just need to work out this length, and I already know that this part of it is 24. So again, gives me my game plan here. I just need to work out what that length there is. And in order to work out that length, I just need to work out where L1 is meeting the x-axis. So the one thing I am going to do is just stick on my diagram 0, the origin, and then I'm now going to say, because I then need to explain that to the examiner, for length OB, L1 meets x-axis, and if it meets the x-axis, it means y is equal to 0. Okay, so L1, which one was L1? L1 was 3y minus 2x equals 30. You can write it in whichever format you've got. It just seems sensible to write it in that format because I'm going to be putting y equals 0 in. Y equals 0 gives me 0 minus 2x equals 30. So x is going to be equal to minus 15. Go back and check that that makes sense, which it does. That length there now being 15, which means that all that length there is 24 and 15. That's going to be 39. So for the area of the triangle, half base times height is going to be a half 39 times 18, which works out to be 351. Did they say anything about it? No mention of units at all in that. So that's how we do that question. Just go back very quickly and just see how important it is to draw the sketch of this diagram out. It's not an accurate sketch by any, look, that's supposed to be 24 and that's supposed to be 15. It doesn't need to be perfect, but things are falling into the correct quadrant. That falls into 12, 18, into the first quadrant there, but is more than useful for me actually going ahead and answering this question. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody.